Moving on, transforming spaces. Sometimes it's possible to actually completely change a space so that you can use the same space twice. I really like this one. Unfortunately, I've only got drawings of this. I never managed to photograph the finished example, which is to my enormous regret because I was hugely proud of this project. This is a tiny little house. This was you can see how narrow it was, the size of the staircase. This is the street frontage, the front door, staircase going upstairs. Upstairs there were two tiny bedrooms, no room for a bathroom at all upstairs. There's a front room, and the bathroom was here, taking up an enormous part of the ground floor and really squashing the kitchen and blocking any view through. All that we did is that we took the bathroom out and we arranged it along a line here with a wall here and a sliding door here. So during the day, the kitchen's got lots of space and you've got lots of view through the house, setting up that sense of depth looking through to the garden. But how do you access the bath? If there's a wall here, you can get in through the sliding door to access the loo and the basin, but how on earth do you access the bath? Aha! This whole wall swings from there across to there, meaning that you can come in here, walk down here and access the bath. So when you've got the bathroom in bathroom mode, you pull the wall across and the space is being used to give you a bathroom of decent size. And when you've got the bathroom in kitchen mode, you swing the ball back, you've got the space being used in a completely different fashion. Works terribly well. I wouldn't recommend this for a house with lots and lots of occupants because, of course, there might be arguments about where the space is going to be used. In this particular house, it was just one occupant, and she found it worked terribly, terribly well. I just only regret that I never photographed it. Here's another example. This was a flat in Hackney where it was quite an open space. They wanted it most of the time to be a one-bedroom flat. So this space here was all the kitchen, living, dining space. Kitchen was behind the photographer here. But when they had a guest and they wanted it in two-bedroom mode, this bed pulled out from the wall. The bedroom, the other side of that wall was raised up, so there was a space underneath which the bed could be pulled out. And then, just notice this slot in the ceiling. From that slot in the ceiling, from behind the kitchen, a wall pulled out, a mobile wall pulled out, and then a flap came off it to create a doorway. So we turned a one-bedroom flat into a two-bedroom flat when it was wanted, and then when the guests went home, the wall was slid away and created back into a one-bedroom flat with a bit more space. Coming very close to the end, overlapping spaces. Now this is a very, very important point to make in regard to open plan living. When you've got a kitchen and a dining room and a living room all separated off with walls and doors, each one in a small house can feel very small. A very common solution to that is to combine them, and you can see here, this isn't just about visual depth, but you can see about the one space is working very well. There's the kitchen, there's the dining space, there's a little seating area here, there's even an opening through to the living room at the front. These zones are well identified, but the benefit is by overlapping them, each one feels bigger. And I'll illustrate what I mean with this next slide. The plan on the left, your left, is a very, very typical terraced house that we started with. You can see front door, front room, doorway to the bottom of the stairs, another doorway to the dining room, another doorway into the kitchen. Each of these rooms quite cellular, quite gloomy, quite self-contained. On the right-hand side, on your right-hand side, you can see what's happened is we've opened the whole thing up. Now, very easy to do, take it all out. But the key thing here is that the kitchen now starts here and extends all the way to here. The kitchen feels like all of this space. The dining room not just occupies here, it feels like all of this space. The living room feels like all of this space. By overlapping these things, we've not used any more square feet, but each room, each zone feels larger, and actually is larger because you've got more usable space for each room. You're just overlapping it. To show you photographs of this house, this is the kitchen. You can see the very long workbench and lots of storage on the wall behind. With this, again, visually, we've used the length of the worktop, length of the bulkhead, line of lighting, direction of the floorboards, all to direct the eye down the length of the property to extend that sense of space. In the middle, you can see the dining space, which was a little contained room, now feels much more open, much more spacious. And looking towards the front, you can see here We've done a very, very specially designed staircase that reduces the blockage minimally, allows the light to come through, right through the depth of the house, and the living room also feels bigger. So by overlapping the spaces, all of them feel bigger. So that's my 10 top tips. Extend or convert if you can, maximize space, maximize height, maximize the sense of space, very important. See if you can connect inside to outside, use daylight as much as you can, add a room where possible if you need to, maximize storage space, get the best out of your storage to allow you to live without clutter, transform spaces as an option, and overlap spaces to maximize that sense of space further. I'm not sure I'm doing for time, but I think I've got enough time for about 10 minutes of questions, but that's me. Thank you very much.